Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I want to show you 4 amazing hover animations for nav links which you can easily create using Webflow. I'll start with a pretty basic one, but I'll also show you really special hover animations. Let's start right away. The first animation we will be creating is super basic, as I mentioned before. It will be a text color change from the nav link you're hovering over. To create this, just switch to the hover state on a nav link, and then you can select another color, and that's it basically. The changes will be on all of the nav links because they have the same class of nav link applied. If this animation doesn't work for you, make sure that the font color of the nav link is not being overwritten by the nav text class. You can see that it's being inherited from the nav link here. In most cases, the animation will look better if you apply a transition. You can do this by leaving the hover state and adding a transition. You want to add a font color transition. And you can adjust the duration however you want and the easing, but I'll leave it like this. And now if we check out the animation in preview mode, it's much smoother in my opinion, but it depends on your work, what you want to do. The next animation is a little bit more complex. The hovered nav link will get an underline. To create this in Webflow, we need to add a div block right under the nav text, and I'll call it underline. Set its height to something like 2 pixels and set its width to 0%, and then select the color that you want to have on your underline. Next, select the nav link and add a mouse hover animation. So start an animation, create a new animation. I'll call it hover line in, and then I'll select the underline element, the div block, and then I'll start a size animation. I'll select the duration of 0.2 seconds. You can decide, you can put in whatever value you want, and then I'll go for the ease out easing and put in 100% of width so that it fills out as much space as it can, and then make the height 2 pixels. And don't forget the hover out animation. So the fastest way to do this is just to duplicate the hover in animation, hover line out, and then make the width. I forgot to select the animation. So now you will see that the animation is already working, but not on the other links. That's because you have to apply the animation on every single link, and you also have to add the underline to every single link block. I'll just do this quickly and I will see you in a second. Okay, so I'm back and let's see if the animation works. Nice, it's working on every link. And if you want to add a little bit of space between the underline and your text block, you can just add 1 or 2 pixels of margin on top of the underline div block, and now you can see it here. Nice. I really enjoy the animation we are going to build now. It's a kind of scroll when you hover over a link. To build it, we'll need to put a div block inside of our nav link. I'll call it nav link wrapper. Nav link wrapper. and put the nav text inside of it. Then duplicate the nav text so that we have two nav texts. Duplicate the class because we need different classes. I'll give it the class name nav text hover. Then select the navlink wrapper and make the overflow hidden. And apply a fixed height, for example 20 pixels. The height depends on the height of your text blocks because you want to make sure that one is hidden and the other one is visible. That's it. Now go to the nav link and there we can create the animation. On hover, start an animation, we create a new animation and we'll call it nav link scroll in. And now select the nav text and create a move transform. And also select the other text block, the nav text hover. And at the same time as the first animation, you want to start this animation. While holding shift, you can select both of them, both animations, so that you don't have to apply the easing on each one of them. You can just apply the easing for both at one time. Ease out in this case. Duration will be 0.2 seconds. And the thing you want to do now is to move it up for 20 pixels. And as the hover out animation, you want to just duplicate this animation we just built and edit it. So scroll, instead of scroll in, we'll do scroll out. And we'll select both of the animations again. And now we want to bring them back to their initial position. Save. Don't forget to select it. And now we can already see it in our preview mode. It's already working here, but same thing again, it's not working for the other links because first the other links, they don't have the navlink wrapper inside of them and they don't have the nav text hover. So I'll just build this really quickly and again I'll see you when I'm done. And don't forget to apply the interaction on every single link. And now we can switch back to the preview mode and see if it works for every single link. And it looks really smooth. I enjoy this animation. The last animation we're going to build is also a very cool one. It's a highlight on the hovered link. For this animation we don't even need a div block, we just need the nav links with the nav text inside. Go to the interactions interface and from there create a mouse hover animation again, new timed animation, link opacity in. You need to select anything, just click opacity, and that's important. Affect the class of navlink, but not all the navlinks, only siblings with this class. What that's gonna do is that if you hover over this link, the hover animation won't affect this navlink, but only the others that you don't hover over. Then I'll go for ease out once again, and the duration will be 0.2 seconds. Again, lower the opacity for the effect. You can go with 50, but you can type in whatever value you want. And then for the hover out animation, just duplicate it again, duplicate, then adjust it, opacity out, and bring the value back up to 100%. Now I'll apply the animation on every single nav link, and I will see you in a second. Okay, so we're back in the preview mode, and here we can see that the animation is working. Looks great, right? I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If that's the case, it would be awesome if you could leave a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss any new videos. If you have a question regarding Webflow, just ask in the comments. I will reply. See you soon and have a nice day.